Hey guys, how's it going? I have not uploaded a video on this channel in over 4 months. No, I'm serious. The last video that's been uploaded on this channel was my Lamar Jackson MVP video for the second MVP he won. I've had a couple streams in between these last few months, but I have not uploaded an official video regarding any type of topic. There's a reason for that, and trust me, I will be getting into that in a video, as well as an update for some of the changes you will be seeing on this channel for the immediate future. That's going to be a whole thing. Stay tuned for that. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to come relatively soon because I'm getting ready to come back. A lot of stuff's happened in my life recently. A lot of busy stuff that's just, so much has happened. Can't wait to tell you guys about that, as well as the future of this channel and what I plan to do next. But that is not the focus of this video. It's a pretty simple video, pretty quick video. I just want to congratulate the Boston Celtics for winning the NBA championship. Shout out to my main man, Raven C. He is a Celtics fan. He's part of Ravens flock, yet somehow he's a Celtics fan. How did that happen? I don't know, ask him. But he got to watch his team win an NBA championship tonight. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Boston Celtics for getting it done. They've been the best team in basketball all season. People thought they were going to underperform. And yes, there will be some controversial talks in regards to this run because in the Eastern Conference playoffs, a lot of teams they faced off against were heavily injured. Miami was missing their best player as well as another key player. The Cleveland Cavaliers ended up missing Donovan Mitchell for the last 2 games as well as another player. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals, Tyrese Maxey missed the final 2 games. So yeah, there's some controversy there. But at the end of the day, you can't hold the Boston Celtics responsible for other teams getting injured. They play who's in front of them. And at the end of the day, they played their best basketball to get to where they needed to get to. And in the NBA Finals, there was no injury excuse. Kyrie was healthy. Luke was as healthy as he could be up to that point because we already knew he was dealing with injuries, but it was never severe to the point where he could not play. He was out there playing and he was out there trying to do his thing. Luke and Kyrie were out there and pretty much everybody else on the Mavericks were healthy. So you cannot use the injury excuse for what happened in the NBA Finals. At the end of the day, the Boston Celtics got it done when they needed to get it done most. In key situations and key moments of games throughout the playoffs, the Boston Celtics answered the call, delivered, and got it done. And here they sit as NBA champions. Shout out to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That duo has gotten so much criticism because they have failed to live up to expectations that was put on them early on, even if it really shouldn't have been put on to them early on in that specific situation. Because, Tatum gets drafted, and you got the Tatum-Brown duo that wasn't supposed to be a duo right away, but Kyrie gets hurt that year, and somehow these young guys get to the Eastern Conference Finals and are 1 win away from beating LeBron James and that Cavs team, but they lose in 7 in Boston, and from there on, we all knew it was going to be Tatum and Brown's team moving forward. It was at least slowly going towards that path. And once Kyrie was gone, it pretty much became the Tatum and Brown show. They were the dynamic duo. They were the guys that were supposed to lead this Celtics team to a championship. And yes, they underperformed a few years. They got to the finals in 2022. They had a 2-1 lead against the Warriors. They underperformed. They weren't able to get it done. They lost that finals. Last year, they were supposed to get to the NBA Finals. They lost to a play-in team. They were down 0-3 against the Miami Heat. They didn't get it done. They were able to force it to Game 7, but they just lost in Game 7. So yes, they've had some underperforming moments and some games that they've lost and series that they've lost and moments that they didn't step up to the plate and get it done. So I understand the pressure was put on them. And because of their underperformances, a lot of people thought the Boston Celtics should move on from either Tatum or Brown. You have to break this duo up. It's not working out. They can't win a championship. It's not getting done. Many people thought the Celtics, after losing to the Heat last year, were going to move off of Jaylen Brown. But the Boston Celtics believed in their dynamic duo. They believed in Jaylen Brown. They believed in Jason Tatum. They believed these are the guys that can help them win a championship. Their first championship since 2008. They believed in this dynamic duo so much they paid Jaylen Brown $300 million and said, you're going to be the guy. Then they looked through free agency during the offseason. They got Porzingis. And then, basically for free, they got Drew Holiday. And they built a team that can truly compete for a championship and get it done. And they worked throughout the year, got the best record in the NBA, pretty much dominated the playoffs. Yes, I know about the controversy in regards to the level of competition they had to play, but that's not their fault. You play who's in front of you. And at the end of the day, they did what they needed to do and handled their business, got to the NBA Finals, faced off against a healthy Mavs team, and beat them in 5. So shout out to to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, because many people thought this duo wouldn't be able to get it done. The Celtics believe this duo can help lead them to a championship, and that duo delivered by finally getting a title to Boston. First NBA championship for the Boston Celtics since the big 3 days of KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. So Boston can celebrate another championship. The rich get richer, whatever you want to say. It is what it is at the end of the day. Tatum and Brown delivered as a duo. They finally reached their potential. They finally got that championship. And shout out to Jaylen Brown for getting Finals MVP. So yeah, Boston Celtics, they got it done. They were able to win. Congrats to them. As for the Dallas Mavericks, it was still an amazing season, man. You know, last season, you were close to making the playoffs. You lost in the key situation and really couldn't even get yourself qualified. I think they were close to getting into the play-in, which would have helped them try to get to the playoffs, but they failed. Many thought Luka and Kyrie couldn't work well with each other and wouldn't be able to do anything successful, but they came into this season with the belief that they can get it done as a duo and go far and maybe win a championship. And despite them losing in the finals, the fact that they were in the finals in the first place, that deserves a lot of credit, because no one thought this Mavs team can go the distance with Luka and Kyrie being your dynamic duo, especially with the guys they had. They went and brought in some guys. They got PJ Washington. They brought PJ Washington from the Charlotte Hornets. They got Gafford from the Wizards. They brought in some pieces. They drafted Lively. They had some pieces that they believed can help them go the distance. And honestly, through the Western Conference playoffs, they handled business. Luka and Kyrie got it done in 6 against the Clippers. They got it done in 6 against the number 1 seed, the OKC Thunder. And they got it done in 5 against the best defense, at least the number 1 ranked defense in basketball, in the Minnesota Timberwolves. They got that done in 5. They advanced to the NBA Finals. And unfortunately, the finals didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Kyrie overall had a bad series. He had 2 great games in Dallas, but the 3 games he played in Boston were atrocious. I gotta give credit to the Celtics fans. They truly got in the head of Kyrie Irving, and it's clear that their comments truly affected Kyrie. As for Luka, he had a very interesting series. I would still say he had a good series overall, but there were a lot of things that needed to be said about how Luka was acting for a majority of this series, because there was a lot of times where he was complaining. Now, Luka's always complained to the refs when they don't call fouls and stuff like that, but he was really complaining, and it was on the biggest stage, so people were seeing that. And when he fouled out, everyone put the blame on him for that Game 3 loss. It was do or die, and he was not in the game because he kept complaining about calls. He kept, looking at the refs for a call and then arguing with them instead of getting back on defense. There was a lot of criticism that went towards Luka, and it's going to be something that's probably going to be discussed more now that we've officially reached the offseason and the Mavericks were unable to win the championship. But I think Luka overall did have a good series. Luka played Luka basketball, but there's still more that there's still something in his game that he probably needs to improve on, especially from the defensive side. And that one isn't really something that he can improve on from a talent or skill aspect. That's more so about hustle, will, and effort. And if he's willing to put in that work to put more effort in defensively, it'll help. Not to mention, I'm not gonna lie, there were just too many times where he was just controlling the ball way too much. And part of that could have been a reason why Kyrie at times was not able to get into a rhythm, but I'm not going to fully say that's the case because Kyrie couldn't get into a rhythm in Boston at all. I don't think that was Luka's fault. I think Kyrie just had a bad series and he just did not match up well against the defense that he was seeing from the Boston Celtics. So yeah, it was unfortunate they couldn't get the championship done because I've been saying Luka and Kyrie in 6 versus everybody, and I was so close to getting that. They got to the finals, but they were unable to get it done. Once again, congratulations to the Boston Celtics for winning their championship. And yeah, with that being said, the NBA season is officially done. A champion has been crowned, and we have reached that empty space in the offseason where there's no NBA basketball on and there's no NFL football on. Obviously, we're heading towards football. In fact, we're pivoting back towards football. So obviously, if we're going to pivot back towards football, I've got to go and get my Lamar Jackson jersey. And of course, as I reach for this jersey, I got to be clear in saying I'm gonna be back. That video is gonna come out relatively soon, but I'm gonna be back at it with making videos again, man. I've missed this. It's been so long since I've recorded a video. I've done a couple live streams. If you've been here, you saw my live stream for the draft. I've done some live streams of some of the playoff games that's happened for the NBA, but I haven't been here completely for those playoff games, so it's been unfortunate. But yeah, it's a lot that I gotta talk about some of the things that's changed in my life recently, and some of the things that I was doing that was directly responsible for me being gone, because I had to move off of video making to focus on that, and we'll speak on that in its own separate video. But once again, I just wanted to give a huge congratulations to the Boston Celtics for winning the NBA championship, and I still want to give some credit to the Dallas Mavericks for making it this far. Even though they are the losers in this series and they didn't have a great series as a team, you still got to give them credit for getting this far, given the fact that people thought Denver was just going to repeat as champions, and Denver got eliminated in the second round. Then people thought Minnesota would get it done, and Minnesota lost to Dallas. So shout out to Dallas for getting this far. They got some work to do, and maybe if they can put the right pieces together and get something going, maybe they'll be back in the finals next year. Who knows? But with that being said, we're pivoting back to football. I'll be back making videos soon. I will get that video out explaining where I have been. And yeah, I'm looking forward to football this season. I'm looking forward to making more videos again and getting back into the content creation game, because, man, it's been a whole wave of business. Of just busyness and so many things I've had to take care of, and so much work that's been done within the last few months that honestly I've missed being able to be in front of a camera and talking with you guys and just creating content. Like, there's so much other things I want to create other than sports content, and I need to get into that. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Don't want to keep on rambling. We'll probably talk about this whole discussion of what I want to do as content in that video when I'm addressing everything, so we'll save that for later. Once again, congratulations to the Boston Celtics. That's all I gotta say. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I'm back at it. Thank you for watching, and peace out.